are born as living fights. We live to die, we live to die. And we surrounded by the night. We live to die. We are shadows in the neon light.
Hey, good morning, guys, and good morning. Sorry about the previous one because there was some issue with my audio, and no one was able to hear. Nobody was able to hear what I was saying basically. So sorry about that. So I kind of fixed it right now, I guess. So yes. So hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, which is the Market Makers Club. And if you're new into crypto, then this is the channel that you should be, because my channel is also young and you're also new. And you're gonna get a lot of huge alpha in this channel, okay? If you're new to crypto and if you wanna trade with accurate analysis, then this is the channel for you, because that's what I provide as well. It's basically my confidence. And I have mentored a lot of people who are like famous influencers, as well as a lot of people in the industry. So they are one of my, they are mostly profitable as well. So because of all those reasons, if you want to be a profitable trader, this is the channel for you. And I have a treat for you guys today. So if you're just curious about what's happening in the wild world of digital money, then then wait and watch, because I have a pretty good topic I have a pretty good topic to discuss with you guys today, because the whole crypto market is about to get a new sheriff in town, which is the SEC's new chair. So my name is Jagan, or my name is Rain, and today we're going to be diving into what's going on with the SEC, as well as the crypto regulation, and why it could spark a crypto boom or a crypto bust or a crypto crash, to be specific, like in the 1920s. So let's get started. And I forgot to tell you guys, smash that like button, as well as subscribe, and hit the bell icon as well. So and let's get started. So have you guys ever heard of SEC? If you guys have heard of SEC and if you guys know what they are, then please comment as well. Then because we have to, otherwise I have to show you. Okay, well, let me just show it to you guys what SEC is. SEC is basically Securities and Exchange Commission. I think you can see my screen, I guess. So can you guys see my screen? Yes, SEC is basically Securities and Exchange Commission. So I'm just gonna give you guys a brief explanation of what SEC is. Okay, so SEC is basically, like I mentioned, Securities and Exchange Commission, and it's kind of like the referee of the US financial markets. They make the rules for things like stocks, bonds, and for cryptocurrencies as well. And why? Because they want to protect investors, come and keep the markets fair, because that's what they do. That's what they claim to do, to be specific. And they were created, as in the SEC was created back in 1934 after the Great Depression in 1929. And keep that in mind, because it's gonna come up later. And here's what happened. So the SEC has been tough on crypto for years, and a lot of cryptos act like securities, which is basically investments where you put money expecting profits from someone else's work, like a company. So think of it like buying a stock. So if crypto fits that mold, the SEC says that it should be registered with them. But many of our crypto projects dodged this by setting up non-profit groups, as well as they set up their base or their headquarters overseas to avoid the SEC rules. That's kind of like a sneaky move that the institutions do to avoid SEC, as well as tax and all those things. So now up until January 2025, SEC was led by a guy named Gary Gensler, and this guy was not a fan of crypto, even though he used to teach crypto back in MIT. So he knew all the tricks that these projects used to avoid regulations. Plus, he had big bank buddies from his days, which is like Goldman Sachs, and you also know that banks hate crypto because it threatens their control. And under Gensler, the SEC cracked down hard, and lawsuits, fines, you name it. He felt like he was basically behind crypto. He was basically attack crypto, as well as wipe it out of existence. So it felt like that. But now we have a new sheriff in town, which is Paul Atkins. So here's where everything gets wild. Gensler stepped down in January 2025, and right before Donald Trump, became president. And now we got a new SEC boss, which is Paul Atkins, who started as chair back in like April, I guess, April 2025. And this guy is kind of like the game changer for crypto. Okay, like he's basically a libertarian, which means that he believes in a government. He believes in less government control and letting markets do their own thing. So he was an SEC commissioner back in 2002 to 2008, I guess, and he got a colorful past as well. I mean, colorful past. He won't like. I'll get more about that in a second. And right now, the SEC is kind of flipping the script. They have started a crypto task force, which is led by I forgot the name of that guy, which is like a lot of people call her crypto mom. I forgot the actual name. So she actually loves crypto. Okay, so they're kind of holding meetings with the crypto industry to figure out the new rules that they can implement in the crypto industry. So they're already dropping out at the majority of these lawsuits. Like say for example, like the lawsuit that Binance was facing is a clear example of the comment that I mentioned right now. So the Binance was actually facing a lawsuit against when Gary Gensler was the chair, and now under Paul Atkins, the Binance kind of won. They're kind of dropping. The SEC is kind of dropping the lawsuit against Binance. So these are like kind of like good things which are happening in crypto. And they might let go crypto wild. I mean, there is another thing which is happening as well. So they're dropping the lawsuit which was undergoing under Gary Gensler's anti-crypto policies, and Atkins even told Congress that it's kind of like a new dawn at the SEC, which is basically that they might let crypto go wild. Think of airdrops, DeFi, staking, even meme tokens and NFTs. They could get a free pass with under Paul Atkins. So because of all these things, this can be huge for crypto. So think about it. Like if the SEC loosens up, it could be like an opening. It could be like opening the floodgates. Imagine billions of dollars, pouring into crypto by the big investors. And regular folks like you, me, we can basically jump into crypto, DeFi, airdrops, especially Americans. They can get into crypto, DeFi, airdrops without any roadblocks, which was set by Gary Gensler in the previous years. So we are talking about potential crypto boom, bigger than anything that we've ever seen. And for example, they were hinting at letting crypto wallets as well as devices like Solana's Seco phone, I guess, and giving out airdrops to attract users. And that's like free crypto. And with Trump pushing down his own project, which is the World Liberty Financial, the timing kind of feels right. So because of all those things, I'm kind of bullish, about crypto just because of this guy. And the other dark side of this is basically that Atkins' past is kind of like a pretty choppy for us, because think about it. Back in 2004, he voted to loosen rules for investment bankers, which helped cause the 2008 financial crisis. He also advised crypto projects like FTX. That's one of the main things that I'm concerned as well as reserve rights. And some folks like Senator Elizabeth Warren, I guess. So she worries too much that he's too cozy with the Wall Street and crypto insiders. So this is where the big issue starts. The Wild West vibe could lead to a crypto bubble. Picture this: back in 1920, people borrowed tons of money to buy stocks, using their stocks as collateral. And that kind of created a huge crash in the markets in 1929. That led to the Great Depression because of this. And today, crypto investors are doing the same thing. They're basically borrowing billions from the DeFi to buy more crypto. And in 2021, the borrowing kind of hit like 60 billion, something like that. You can check DeFi Llama for more details. And if SEC gives a green light for DeFi with no rules, then that can skyrocket the DeFi industry from $60 billion to maybe 300, 400, maybe $500 billion as well. And if the price crashed, then people could sell, and it could trigger a chain reaction, creating a lot of liquidations and wiping out fortunes like in 1929. But in crypto, it's going to be a Great Depression just for crypto. So this is what what I saw. And if you want to know more about this, what I've explained, you can go check out Coinbureau's video over here. So he actually explained this in a fairly good way. So I'm just basically touching the top. So yeah, just check that video out as well if you want to know more about what I explained right now. And here's my take as well. So if the SEC's new vibe could make crypto explode, then price can go parabolic. And we might see crazy opportunities, but with great reward comes great risk as well. You know that. And if things go wild, we might see a crash that can make 2021's crypto winter looks like a small breeze. And my advice, stay informed and don't invest more than what you can lose. And that's one of the main things that you need to focus as well. And just learn what crypto, and just learn how crypto market works. And that's what you're going to learn from my channel as well. So yeah, just subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about crypto. And that's about it. That's what I wanted to discuss, with you guys. So here, and you can basically let me know what you think about what I explained in the comments as well. And let's have a small discussion about what can actually happen under Paul Atkins SEC chair role. Let's see. So that's about it. And yeah, if you guys wanna discuss about charts, then let's move on to charts. And before that, let me just check my views and see how many views I have in oh shit, I think I went for incognito mode, I guess. So let's see how many views that I have in the I think I have about 4 views. Hey guys, Famsia. Okay, this guy's also following me. Thanks, man. Good morning, bro. Good morning, Marcel. So yes, let's get into charts, and I'll show you guys what I expect. I don't have a lot of comments, so I don't know what to say as well. So let me just change my chart into trading view. Let me see if trading view pops up in my screen. And trading is not popping up. Okay, trading is popping up, I guess. So yeah, you guys can see my trading view, right? So in the previous topic, I basically mentioned about total market cap dropping onto a specific POI. That's what I mentioned, which is if you go and look at the 4-hour chart or something like that, 4-hour chart, I guess. I told you guys that there is a pretty good chance for us to see a bearish day over here. This was the line that I marked. And I told you guys to also watch for this specific line, because if price struggles to go below this $3.21 trillion level, I told you guys we might see a pump on that day, right? And the market did exactly what I mentioned. Just note that down. The market did exactly what I mentioned. And I told you guys to be cautious with all coins as well, because if Bitcoin reverses from this specific POI, or if total reverses from this specific POI, that means Bitcoin is gonna pump, as well as all the bearish buyers that I've given to you guys, or all the bearish buyers that I've given to you guys, and all those tokens are not gonna play out. So that's what it basically means. So you could have watched the previous video. So yeah, so for today, I'm expecting the markets, the market kind of looks weak, guys. It totally looks weak. So what I'm expecting for today is maybe a mitigation onto $3.21 trillion level over here before a major reversal to the upside. So this is what I'm expecting to happen in the markets today. Okay, today as well as for the upcoming weeks. And if we do see a candle closure below $3.21 trillion on the daily time frame, that's gonna be my trigger to go short. Okay, that's gonna be my trigger to go short. And until then, I'm not gonna consider shorting the markets. Okay, you guys can consider shorting, but it's kind of like a risky level. Okay, that's it. And for today, this is gonna be my level as well to long. So I gave you guys the daily level. So if price comes down to this level over here on the 4-hour time frame or something like that, you can basically wait for a 15-minute or 5-minute MSS and then get inside Bitcoin. Okay. And for the bearish buyers, I'm going to be, if the price reverses from this specific level, then the point of interest that you need to watch is going to be $3.26 trillion. And from here, you can expect a reversal, okay? So you should be cautious when price reaches these levels in total market cap, okay? So when price reaches to these levels in the total market cap, you should go to Bitcoin and check the price action of Bitcoin to understand what's actually happening in the markets, okay? So that's what you need to do today. And I don't have a lot of tokens today because I haven't charted a lot of these tokens as well. So if you guys want to consider longing, then Ethereum is also at a good place if you want to consider. Ethereum dominance is also skyrocketing. So because of that, Ethereum is a good play. And it kind of mitigated onto point of interest as well. So in the lower time frame, it looks weak, but if it wants to reverse, then this is going to be the level that it should reverse. Okay. So Ethereum is also doing what it should do, which is but it should have done a long time ago. So Ethereum is also moving up. So if you want to consider taking a position or long in Ethereum, right now is the time, which is going to be 3.592. And if it drops, then I expect it to go below these levels over here. If you want to short Ethereum, then you can just target these levels. Okay. If it goes below, or if you do see a 4-hour candle closure into this level. So be cautious while longing as well. Okay. And for Solana, I do think that Solana is going to be bearish for the upcoming days. I think it's going to come down to a weekly level, which is going to be something like 147. And the higher time frame on Solana doesn't look that good. So that's the problem. And the previous session, this was the point of interest that I gave you guys to long, and that didn't play out because total reacted onto that point of interest that I mentioned. So because of that, there is no reason for you to, short the markets. Just go for that long when price mitigates onto this weekly point of interest. Okay, either it's going to be 147 or 132. So these two are going to be my levels to consider longing Solana. Until then, I'm not going to consider long. Okay, so if you want to consider short, then yeah, Solana is a good play, and you can consider shorting when it reaches like $155. So if today the market turns out to be bullish, then this is the level that you can consider to exit your long, as well as to go short, $155. Okay, and if you guys want a specific range, then it's going to be something like this. This is going to be the range for you to start shorting. So if you want to short, just at least wait for a 15-minute or a 5-minute MSS. So guys, let me see if anyone's commenting something. I'm driving. What about XAU USD gold? Somebody wants to see gold, I guess. And I don't know if you can see my chart. Yeah, I think you can see my chart. Someone asked, gold, XAU looks bullish, bro. In the previous session as well, I mentioned about this, play. So I think it was Friday. What was the date? I think I charted gold somewhere. I forgot where I charted. I think it was somewhere over like this one. Yeah, something like this, Monday, yeah. So I told you guys to long if price breaks above the specific level, right? That was my bias. And for today, it's gonna be pretty much similar. I think gold is gonna, it's gonna continue to move higher. And if it drops down, then this is gonna be the same specific level if you can consider to long, okay, which is gonna be 3,353. So that's gonna be the extreme level, which is if price drops down to this level, this is gonna be your level to long. And in the lower time frames, I don't have a specific level for now. Maybe it's depending on this 4-hour closure, you can consider either 3,390 or as well as the daily level, which is going to be something like 3,384 as well. So these three are going to be your levels if you want to consider longing gold, okay, which is a commodity. So yeah, these three are the only levels that I have, and you can just target the all-time highs, because yeah, it's definitely gonna go for the all-time highs, because there is a ton of liquidity above these levels over here. There is a ton of liquidity above those levels, so there is a pretty good chance for gold to go above that level. So you can just target these levels over there. And I'm not watching a lot of tokens, guys, so if you guys have any token, please do recommend. And another thing to watch out for is that the USD dominance is kind of going for a reversal. So it is kind of like in its last level of a reversal, okay, if it wants to drop, which is the pump that I told you guys today, which can happen if the market wants to pump. Otherwise, if USD dominance pumps tremendously, then we are in for a pretty good crash in the overall markets, which is like Bitcoin as well as the total is gonna go for this liquidity over here if USD dominance pumps. Okay, so this is one thing that you guys need to watch out for. And let me just see if somebody's commenting. Marcel is commenting NASDAQ, so let me just check NASDAQ and NAS 100. So NAS 100, it's the same level, bro. This was the level that I mentioned, 210975 on the higher time frame, I guess. I think I mentioned that level on the quarterly, I think, yeah, quarterly same level, yeah. So this was the level for you guys to consider longing back then when you asked me last time. And for today, if you want to consider, maybe, I can't assure, there is a slight possibility for you to see a drop into 2,148. I mean, not 2,000, 21,418, my bad. So yeah, there is a pretty good chance for you to see a drop into this level, and you can see that the momentum is kind of going away from the market as well. So there is a pretty good chance for you to see a pretty good, a good drop into specifically 21,418 before a continuation to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting to happen in gold, and in the lower time frames, the confirmation is going to be a candle closure below the specific levels, which is 21,691.33. So if you do see a 4-hour candle closing below this specific line that I marked, then that's your confirmation to go short and target these levels over here. Okay, so that's going to be my NASDAQ analysis. And any other tokens that you guys want me to watch? I think you guys don't have any other tokens, I guess. And yeah. So yeah, I mean, someone mentioned something. Thank you. Yes, anytime, bro, anytime. And now AVAX as well, it's pretty much looking the same. Dot as well, it's pretty much looking the same as well. So dot on that specific day, which is on Monday, I told you guys there is a pretty good chance for us to continue the drop, right? But I'm still going for that play as well, because on the higher time frame, dot looks too bearish. It looks like it wants to drop lower. So it will happen either this week or the next week. So be cautious while longing these kind of tokens, which is dot. Another one is a rune, even though rune's pumping on the higher time frame, rune looks too bad. Okay, so be cautious. Okay, be cautious with, while trading rune. And another one that I'm considering is Ondo. So I think Ondo is going to come down towards 75 cents again. So be careful if you are longing, Ondo or these kind of tokens. And like I mentioned in the previous sessions as well, don't expect an alt season, because you can see that big rejection which happened in the monthly candle over here, right? So there is a pretty good chance for us to see a drop into at least $218 billion level in the others chart. And others chart is basically the top 125 tokens excluding the top 10 tokens. Okay, the market cap of the top 125 tokens excluding the top 10 is basically the others market cap, others. So this chart is kind of showing weakness. So until it shows some strength, you don't need to expect an alt season like a lot of YouTubers predict. So on the higher time frame, I'm still bearish in, so yes. So that's my expected move, guys. So yeah, if you guys have any question, you can ask or we can discuss about it. Please let me know in the comments if you have any question or if you want to discuss about charts. Litecoin, what the hell is Litecoin doing on the monthlies? Oh, Litecoin, what is this? Oh, that's a quarterly level, yeah. Yep. Litecoin is also looking bearish, and if this is going to be the last level of reversal, if it wants to reverse, that's it. I don't think that Litecoin has that kind of a strength to go for a major pump in the markets. I don't think so. So because of that, yeah, be cautious. And near is another one. It's also reacting from a POI, FX, XRP. It's also looking bearish. Yep, rune's also looking bearish. All of these tokens are kind of looking bearish. Why did I row over here? Oh, this was a POI for me to short. Yeah, and this was a level, initial TP, extreme TP, I guess. And it already happened. Yeah. Another token that I'm considering is XRP. XRP is showing some strength inside of this specific range. So I told you guys to consider buying at 2.08, 888. It's in the previous session, I guess, and it's reacting to that level from here. You can see that. So yeah, be cautious, but there is a pretty good chance for XRP to come down towards the same level and show you some pump. There is a ton of liquidity below that level as well. So be cautious if you're considering along an XRP. Let me see the comments if somebody's commenting. What about XAU USD? Yeah, that's already done. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be the end of the stream, because initially I tried to do the stream, and I forgot to turn on the mic. And I was basically yapping, and people were not able to, hear me. So that happened. So I have a lot of plans for you guys in the upcoming weeks. So I'm planning to do giveaways for you guys as well. So if you guys want to participate in the giveaway, please subscribe to my channel as well as follow me on Twitter as well, because that's where I'm gonna, post the criteria to participate in the giveaways as well. Okay. So do follow me on my Twitter as well as to subscribe to my channel as well. So yeah, and I have a lot of good videos, coming in the upcoming days. So please subscribe, guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video then. Bye guys, have a great day.